We had a full moon. The veil was thin. Ancestors are coming through. Spirit guides are coming through. Familiars are coming through. You are being trusted with money, ethical power, and fame. And new opportunities are coming. Some of y'all have a financial benefactor coming in. I'm picking up divine, masculine, glucose guardian. If you know, you know. Y'all are building an empire and you are getting the financial support that you called in. This spread, super earthy. What is earth? Money, tangible things. There is all like pentacles and fire in this spread. So today when I went on a walk, I saw two coyotes. I live in the city. That is very unusual. But these coyotes they came out right after the full moon. So yesterday we had the full moon in Cancer. I'm a Cancer sun and Cancer rising. Let me look at my notes. Like that is lighting up first house, self-perception, body, emotional truth, identity. Like that's personal. That's real personal. And as soon as I saw those two coyotes, immediately I was like, Susie and Chloe. Susie and Chloe were dogs that I had in the past, and they were my familiars. And I had these dogs 10 years apart, and they looked almost identical. And these two coyotes looked identical, and they were hunting side by side. I was walking over a bridge, so underneath that bridge was a creek, and then along that creek were woods on both sides. Ooh, I just feel like a gust of wind behind my neck. So when I saw these coyotes, I was standing on the bridge, like looking out at the creek, and I saw one. I could hear it like moving in the grass, and it stopped. It paused. It looked at me, and I was like, oh, it is allowing me to see it. And then it went off into the woods, and then the other second coyote stopped, paused, did the exact same thing, and then followed the first coyote. Now, what they were doing, coyotes hunt in packs. They represent earth. They represent spirit guides. They represent earth energy. Earth has a spirit. Land has a spirit. So it's very earthy energy. And it was following a creek. So it was following the feminine. So that's like the masculine following the feminine. That creek is not trying to prove itself. That creek, it's got water, it's going to trickle. Sometimes it's got a lot of water, it's high. Sometimes it's got a little water when it's feeling low, drained. It doesn't matter. That creek is just flowing however it feels like flowing. And then the masculine, those coyotes, walking beside it. Those coyotes are not trying to control the water. The masculine is not trying to control the feminine. It is walking beside it. So when I say y'all are getting a financial benefactor, it is divine masculine counterpart. This is the Lover's card. The Lover's card is about decisions. I say decisions plural. Coyotes hunt in packs. They don't travel alone. There were two. Like that's significant. I saw two coyotes together. That is significant. They were tracking something. Your spirit guides are tracking you. Ooh, it's giving me chills. That's their job. That's not meant to freak you out. But you're being handed a new opportunity. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This spread is full of pentacles. I was shuffling the deck. 5 cards jumped out, and it's 3 pentacles and 2 major arcana. So I also got the Emperor. The Emperor is trusted by the universe with their power, with their money, with their ability to make things grow, flow. But this is giving earth, it's giving fire. The Emperor, like this is your financial benefactor. Whatever they invest in, it is going to be successful. King of Pentacles, King of Money. Okay? The Emperor, we got the King of Money. They are here to invest in you. They are here to invest in the divine feminine. They're not here to control it. They're here to support it and honor its flow and honor its tides. So if this message is for you, you will feel it in your body somewhere. For me, like I feel it all over my body in different places. It means different things. Sometimes I'll feel it like in my vagus nerve, like up and down, or my chest. It'll feel like electricity. Sometimes I'll get tingles in my legs. So let me pull up some more notes because this message was so big. I was just like, I got to take some notes. Stay ready for this opportunity because just like when I saw those coyotes, it's because there was an opening. Do you see how, like right here, there's this opening? There was like an opening in the woods where it was almost like a portal, like where the tree branches just, there was a gap, and that's where I could see the coyotes walking by. So like it was set up for me. That vision, that sighting, it was handed to me. So start looking for synchronicities in your life. Your spirit team, they're going to talk to you on the path of least resistance usually. So if you're outside in the same areas over and over and over, you'll start to notice patterns. You'll start to notice like what's a normal pattern, and then you'll start to notice like what's an unusual pattern. But you have been tending to your garden. This is the Seven of Pentacles. If you are like, I've been doing the work, I've been breaking generational cycles, I've been breaking generational curses, maybe you switched industries, maybe you got laid off and went the entrepreneurial route, and you're just like, I have been planting the seeds. When am I going to reap the rewards of my work? That's this card. See, he's got a basket of pentacles. You planted your seeds, and now they're going to flourish. Now is the time. I'm not the type of reader that is like, this is going to happen on this time, this is going to happen on that time, because that does not, every time I've done that, I have been really disappointed because the timing didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. So I have to let go of timing because the way we measure time here on earth is linear with clocks, chronos time. And the way that time moves in the unseen realms, it's like it's layered. It's not linear. And I think of it as like having kind of like a tail, meaning one thing happens and it causes like a domino effect. And that can change the outcome of a lot of different things. So reading time, that's just like not a gift that I have right now. So tending to your vessel, that's also what the Seven of Pentacles is about, is mundane steps, daily routines, doing your taxes, saving your receipts, taking care of your health, taking care of your physical health. And your physical health and mental health, they are connected. But this spread is very, very, very earthly, so I'm going with physical health. All right. Coyotes, I'm going to read you my notes. Coyotes, those are sacred disruptors. And that has been a theme, like these divine disruptors, people who are a living tower moment, people who are here to teach, because everybody got to learn one day. Some of y'all, when I say like a human tower moment, in tarot, there's a tarot card where it's like a tower falling down because the foundation was not stable. So you have a stable foundation. And when you are meant to be somebody's lesson, if they don't want to learn, they're going to keep repeating the same cycles over and over and over. So there's a partnership coming in. Like you and this divine benefactor, this counterpart, Lover's card, they are the emperor to your empress. Y'all are going to work together. And like this, they're following you online, like from fake accounts. Maybe they're not officially following you, but they are tuned in, tapped into your message. So don't dim your light. Don't shrink yourself. This King of Pentacles, he ain't shrinking. He does not want his queen to shrink either. He wants to support and uplift her and invest in her. I'm talking about energies. This doesn't have to be gender specific. I understand there are multiple genders. But the way I'm reading these cards, it's like masculine, feminine energy. All right. It is time for you to walk the wild path. Maybe you were called a wild child growing up. Maybe you were called the black sheep of the family. If that hurt your feelings, I'm so sorry. But you're here to be different. That's giving me chills. My inner child is like, thank you. You are here to be different. You are here to stand out. People might look at you weird, and like maybe they can't put their finger on it. They're like, I don't know what it is about them, but they're different. Good. You are. And you're meant to stand out. You shine your light so brightly that it blinds some people. Good. They can look away. or they can put on glasses and adjust and learn how to hold your power. And if they can't, they got to go. All right, let me go back to my notes. Your magic is untethered, meaning you walk between worlds. So just like I saw those coyotes walking in the woods, but next to the creek, that's water, that's earth, that's masculine, that's feminine. They walk beside each other. They collaborate. This is a divine collaboration. There are soul contracts. You have a soul contract with your financial benefactor, with your provider. There's a soul contract there. And it's to uplift and support you because you built a stable foundation and so did they. And now it's time for these things to come into fruition. Let's see what else I wrote down in my notes. Let's talk about some more symbolism. I mentioned that the wind, the sky, it is a highway for messages and messengers. So perhaps you see a lot of birds. Maybe you have a connection to birds like falcons, hawks, owls, ravens. For me, it's mostly ravens, vultures. I see some crows, but the crows are pretty rare. For me, it's mostly vultures and ravens. And let me tell you, the vultures, they are always with me on the new year. Big time. Last year, New Year's, I saw like 2 or 3 vultures sitting on top of a big light, like one of those street lights. 2 vultures sitting on one of those, giant. And then, today's January the 4th, so yesterday was the big full moon, and then yesterday I saw vultures flying above my apartment, and then I think I've been seeing vultures like every day since the new year. So new year, full moon, it's time to shed. This full moon is going to shine a light on things that you need to let go of. So it's also a good time to write a petition of things that you are leaving behind in 2025, things that cannot come with you into 2026. You can write that down on a piece of paper and then burn it safely. Like I have an iron cauldron. Of course I do. And that's where I burn stuff. And it's also a good time to cleanse the energy in your space. I'm not going to tell you what you should and should not use. Like, that's not my business. So like, if you want to burn sage, that's your business. If you want to burn mugwort, that's your business. Some people will say like, be careful, be mindful of like what agriculturally that does. Like there can be, I think there's like over farming with Palo Santo or something like that. And then some people say that like if you're not indigenous that you should not use sage. I'm an old soul. I am not limited to one way of doing things because my soul has been around for millions of years. I've done things a lot of different ways. So just do what feels right to you. If you are going to use sage to like smudge your home, sage is going to clear out everything. Good energy, bad energy, high vibration, low vibration. Sage is going to clear out everything. So if you're going to do sage through your home, you want to go through your home with something else. So like incense, that's going to raise the vibes. So if you're going to smudge it, wait for that to clear out, then you can go back in with incense to raise the vibrations. Or you can do rosemary to raise the vibration. Rosemary is also a money magnet. I love working with rosemary. You can also use mugwort. Whatever you want. Those are the ones that I like to use. Next, if you want to do a money spell, because you're like, yes, I'm committed to these financial blessings. I love to see it. If you want to build on that, you can do a bathtub spell. I love these because I'm a water sign. I do a lot of water magic. There's a bay leaf spell that I like to do. So a bay leaf is like, you can buy a jar of them like that big. Bay leaves, you boil them in water. Like, for example, if I'm making quinoa, I'll put salt and a bay leaf in the water to add some flavor. So get you a bay leaf, get you a Sharpie. Write on that bay leaf what you want. So let's say you're like, I want to make a 6-figure income in 2026. And the reason why I say 6-figure, that could be 100,000, that could be 900,000. You don't want to limit yourself by saying, oh, I just want to make 100K. Like, no, or better. because the universe does not have a budget. The universe is never going to say, you're not worth that much. The universe is like, you tell us what you want. So I like to give the universe some wiggle room. So fill a bathtub with water, add 2 cups of Epsom salt. Sometimes I do 3, just depending on how big the bathtub is. And then write on that bay leaf what you want. So 6-figure income in 2026. Write down the bay leaf with a Sharpie, put it in the bathtub, take a bath in it with your Epsom salt. That Epsom salt is going to clear your energy. It's going to clean out any energetic debris. And then that bay leaf, that's there to be like, this is what we want to bring in. We took stuff out, made room, bay leaf, 6-figure income, that's what we're bringing in. Then when you're done with it, I like to flush the bay leaf down the toilet because I like to give it back to the water. All right. We've talked about cleansing your energy. We've talked about synchronicities. That's a good place to wrap this up. Let me do a plug real quick. I have a school, SKOOL. School is a platform, and my school is called How to Communicate Like a Bad Bitch. I started out in marketing doing brand voice, and then with all of my spiritual channeling work, I was like, oh, that's also a message. So I'm a messenger for the spirit realm. I'm a messenger in marketing. So I combine that together in my school called How to Communicate Like a Bad Bitch. I teach you hexing. I teach you spell work. I teach you how to speak with confidence. And I teach you, I also have some brand voice work in there too. So I'm a bridge between worlds. So I'm mixing communication from the spirit realm and marketing. And I teach you how to do both of that in my school. It's $33 a month. And I've got courses in there. I have a 5-week course called How to Communicate Like a Bad Bitch, or How to Say No Like a Bad Bitch, I think is the name of it. And then I have one, like, remember how I said when people are no longer in alignment with you, they are going to get removed from your life because that's how that relationship, it just reached its natural conclusion. So I am 100% estranged from my entire family, and that's what works for me. I'm not saying that you have to do that, but if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I do have a 5-week course called How to Get Through Family Estrangement. So that's in my school, and I do readings online. So if you'd like to book a reading, reach out to me on my website. I'll link that in the comments. And when you reach out to me on my website, just say like, hey, I want a reading, and give me 3 times days that you're available, and we'll coordinate schedules and we'll get something going. Thank you so much. I hope that this was helpful to somebody.